All right, so I got a Drill Doctor 750X. I like to do research, so before I bought this, I read customer reviews, I watched videos on YouTube. I didn't see any really good reviews of the 750X or really just any good reviews of the Drill Doctor. Like most of the instructions that I saw were kind of wrong in some way or just crazy or something. So I thought I would do my own review of this and show how it works. I played with it a little bit tonight. Seems to work great. Let's sharpen this drill bit. So first, just for comparison, this is a drill bit that I sharpened with the 750X, and I am using a macro lens here with manual focus, so hopefully you can see the tip of that. So you can see this drill bit here, the point is very sharp, right? It's definitely not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be flat like this other drill bit. I used this drill bit for years before I even knew that you could sharpen drill bits. So today we're going to sharpen this bit. This is a 1/8 inch bit, by the way, which just so happens to be the most common bit that I use. Okay, this is my Drill Doctor. The very first thing that you need to do when you get this out of the box is you need to set this guide to 118 if you have 118 degree drill bits, which is like the most common size by far, by like a wide margin. So mine came close to 118, but it wasn't perfectly right on the 118. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, hopefully you can see the 118 right here. So there's a knob right over here on the side, and what you do is you turn it. And mine was like right about there when I bought it, right? So you can see that the notch is not quite on 118, right? Now, one thing that I notice, this is made out of plastic and some metal. So one thing that I notice is as you, like if you put it right on the 118 and then you start tightening it down, do you see that? It's drifting downward. So it's not perfectly right on the 118. So because this is a home grade tool and not like a professional tool, you want to put it a little above the 118 before you tighten it down. And then it'll end up perfectly on the 118. All right, so that was step one. Step two is to take your plastic fantastic chuck. The tip is made out of metal here, but the rest of it is plastic. And you just want to insert your drill bit into the end. And you want to tighten it down slightly, but not too much, so that the drill bit will move freely in the end. See, that's a little too tight, so I'm just going to loosen it up a little bit. You just want it to move freely. That's pretty good right there. Okay. Once you've got your drill bit so that it'll move freely, you want to extend it a little bit. And do you see this 118 right here in the end of the tool? You want to take these ridges here and you want to put those right under the 118. Okay? What you don't want to do is you don't want to take these white marks and put those into the 118. That was the first thing that I tried. It didn't work out very well. So you take these ridges right here. So you're going to push down on this button back here, which opens up this clamp. Then you're going to insert it in, and you're going to get that ridge right into the 118. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Okay, let's do this again. All right, so you're going to take your drill bit, you're going to extend it, you're going to push down this button in the back here. You're going to insert it partially, you're going to let go of the button, and you're going to turn the bit just a little bit so that the teeth grab. Now this is going to be hard to do with my particular drill bit because it's so sharp on the end. Let me see if I can get a better view of that. So here's the metal section. I'm going to open up the clamp right there. I'm going to insert the drill bit. I'm going to close the clamp, and I'm just going to rotate it to right about there, okay? And then I'm going to fully insert the chuck into the 118. Backing up the view a little bit so that you can see that that line there has been fully inserted into the 118, and now I'm going to grip the end of the chuck and I'm just going to tighten it down. Okay, I don't know how tight it needs to be. I just kind of hand tighten it. It's plastic, so you can't, you shouldn't tighten it too much or you'll over tighten it, right? Then you remove the chuck, and now your drill bit has been set to the correct depth. Now, because this drill bit it's so worn, I may need to do this more than once. Next step is to plug in the machine and turn it on. There's a power switch on the back of the machine right back here. Okay, that turns a little wheel inside the machine that has a diamond grit on it. Next thing you do is you take your chuck Now, as I was editing this video, I got to thinking to myself, what is the point of this little white, mark here on these? And so I got out the user manual and I read it. Apparently, you're supposed to have these white marks in alignment with this pin or that piece right there. So you're not supposed to insert it like this or like this or like that. You're supposed to insert it like this, okay? And that gets the cam action, the rocking cam action accurate so that it creates the correct profile there. So I'm going to resharpen this one with the correct cam action. So I'm going to take my mark there, I'm going to rotate it so that it's in line and insert it that way, and then I'm going to rotate it clockwise. Okay. All right, so this is what the drill bit looks like after using the correct procedure. I don't know if you can see it there or not, but it appears to me that the leading edge is higher than the low edge. And I think if you don't do this properly, if you don't align those white marks properly, what ends up happening is that your leading edge will end up being lower than the trailing edge, and then it won't cut very well. Or maybe one end of your drill bit will be high and the other one will be low, and it just won't be even. So, yeah. Anyway, at least in cutting wood, it didn't seem to matter to me which way I did it. It worked pretty well either way. But this is, the user manual definitely says to put these white alignment marks on either side, up and down, vertical. Yeah, seems to drill fine either way. It's no Brad point bit, but it'll get the job done. So there you go, Drill Doctor 750X. It's not rocket science, it's actually pretty simple. Go out and get yourself one if you want. I've got links down below the video, down here in the description. Just click that little show more link down there and it'll expand. I've got a link to the Drill Doctor 750X on Amazon. Go ahead and click through there. Amazon has the best prices at the filming of this video. I actually bought mine from Northern Tool because it's nearby my house and Amazon had like a 3 or 4 day shipping time. My son's over for the weekend, so I wanted to have it this weekend. I paid like $20 or $30 more at Northern Tool than I would have at Amazon. So I highly recommend you go and get it at Amazon if you can wait a couple of days. That's what I would have done. Anyway, hope you found this video interesting or useful. If you did, go ahead and give us a like right there down below. If you hated it for some reason, hit the dislike button. Let me know why down in the comments down below. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask. I usually respond pretty quickly. As always, thanks for watching and please subscribe.